Hello everyone and welcome to a new Pokemon Mail episode. RuthlessRain here, and I can say very excitedly we have 50 card PSA submission ready. It's taken about 6 months to get all these cards together. Each one I would say is in very good condition with a few exceptional cards. There's 50 cards here across the different card savers and top loaders. I'm going to go through all the 50 cards today and we're going to submit this off because it is time. It has been hard. Some of these cards have been very hard to get. They've been as a result of sniping some auctions or, winning or just really good options on Buy It Now. So let's just get straight into it. Number 1, Misty's Gyarados First Edition. This is a gorgeous card. I want to show this card off because it's just the holo is so fantastic. This is the second to last card that came through. And yeah, it's just gorgeous. So look at this, Misty's Gyarados. Just absolutely gorgeous, like that card. In terms of how it looks, holo is fantastic. Such a strong Pokemon Gyarados, and then just the card. The artwork's just beautiful. I think this is a very strong contention for a PSA 10. Absolutely fantastic first card to get us started. Took me a while to get this one, but I wanted to get this one and chuck it in. I'm not going to go through every card in detail, but I do want to show off a few that I haven't shown off yet before because they're new. Number 1 is a very good start. Number 2 is Erica's Venusaur. Now, I do really like this card, but I do have to admit, I think it's probably just a PSA 8. There is a bit of scratching. There it is. If you look there, see how that scratching comes up? So unfortunately, this will probably just get a PSA 8, but I still think it's a fantastic card. Very hard to come by. The Venusaur in the Gym Challenge series is quite underrated, so it's still a worthy addition. Next, we have a Blaine from Gym Challenge. Really happy condition with this one. You can see maybe something on the bit of a scratching there potentially, but really quite nice. Yeah, really lovely card. It'll just come down to whether that holo is perfect or not. Can't really tell, but really cool card there. So awesome thing. The trainers are really underrated in my opinion. They're quite cheap, but they're still holo cards and they're still really awesome and valuable in terms of being an older collection set. So, yep, the Lieutenant Surge's Fearow now. I'm already out of track. I think we're up to 4, but I'm not going to count anymore. We're just going to enjoy the cards. Beautiful card here. I want to show off the holo on this one. Yeah, just lovely artwork. Some of these Gym Heroes artworks is just fantastic. Just pull that out there. So, yeah, look at this. Absolutely fantastic artwork. Kind of like Blaine's Moltres. The Pokemon's just flying off into the distance. And, wow, I mean, that's just so nice. So mint, that artwork. Just make sure that's gone back in. Beautiful. In terms of condition, it's probably like a 9 or a 10. It's on the case. That wasn't on the card before. But yeah, beautiful card. Very nice. Gym Heroes. Yeah, so I'm getting a bit of Gym Heroes, a bit of Gym Challenge, Team Rocket. Yeah, a bit of promo cards. Now, this one's absolutely fantastic. Blaine's Arcanine. I would like everyone's opinion on this one. I have a feeling, as I've looked at this a bit more in detail, you notice here, just along here, it just seems to be a little bit stained, just a tiny bit. You see how here it's kind of like a darker yellow, which is what we expect compared to most cards. And then, like, comparing the two inside. And then when you come over to this side, it's like, oh, hang on. It looks like it's just kind of lost its color a bit. Yeah, see how strong that evidence is between the two. So unfortunately, even though this one is mint in terms of holo and back, and I really wanted this one on a PSA 10, but oh well. This one will probably come back as the 8 or in the 9, but still awesome. I mean, I'll have to get this in a 10 another time. Whether or not I just pay for it myself, and go, the full $400 or whatever it is. I need this cut in a 10, and yeah, still awesome. We'll see how that one goes. Really beautiful. Getting into some Black Star, we have a Eevee promo. I think I got this very cheap, only for about a few dollars, so I'll give this a crack in terms of how it goes. Maybe its centering is a little bit off on this one. We're not too sure, but still awesome card. I love the Eevee smile on this one. Beautiful. Very nice. And we have a Misty trainer. Misty always comes off really nice in her cards. Beautiful blue halo. I love, part of the best thing about Misty is just the blue cards and her artwork. Just all so cool. It's a really lovely card. I am just going to open up the artwork on this one. Just want to see if there was a scratch on the card, or if that was just the case. And I am very interested, because this is my last chance to look at it before we do the send-off. So this one, I'm going to say, she's okay. She is quite okay, guys. Look, I mean, there's nothing on there. No, I'm happy with that. Very good result. Misty is A-okay. So gonna chuck her back in her little sleeve. Paid a bit more for this one. Misty's always a bit expensive compared to the other trainers, but worth it in my opinion. Alright. Moving on. Brock's Ninetails. I have this in the 9, but I need the 10 for my complete gym challenge series. Beautiful card. Very nice. Back is perfect, in my opinion. Just come down to that front. Pretty strong contention there, so hopefully we get the 10 and we can add that off the checklist. Coming in now into some cool Black Star promos. We have a Team Rocket's Mouth here. I paid about $3 for this. Very cheap, but very nice, you know. Black Star promo, like I've said a million times, you know, they're out of print, they're not coming back. So why not get them while they're cheap and, you know, collect them all up. Togepi, very cute little Pokemon here. I've always liked his little smile. He looks very happy. Yeah, cool card. Not a very highly valuable card, but I want to collect the Black Star promo, so awesome to have. Hopefully they do well. Another one, a bit more from the later series, the Black Star promo, is the Scissor. He's in pretty good condition. He looks pretty damn good, so best of luck. Hopefully he does well. This one's quite interesting, as I mentioned in a video before. This is the War Turtle with the gold stamp. This is actually quite rare in terms of the number of these in PSA 10. I cannot recall the exact reason. Maybe just because of the handling of the cards, there wasn't many kept in excellent, pristine condition. But yeah, really quite a valuable card in the 10. And if we have a really nice look, it does appear quite good. Appears quite nice, doesn't it? Potential 10 here. It's funny because there's no holo part. I mean, this is kind of like a gold holo stamp, but there's no holo on the main part of the card, so there's not much to check. So, look, hopefully it's okay. It actually looks pretty nice. Centering's probably good enough as well. So, gee, if that was a 10, that would be a real nice collection edition. Very hard to get that. Next, we have the Meowth. Now, Meowth comes from the Game Boy promo. This one actually came sealed in plastic, and I actually opened it up and put it in the sleeve myself. So yeah, I needed to do that because PSA, I read on the website, will not actually do that. So I had to open it up for the first time. Looks pretty good. The centering, unfortunately, on this side is probably a little bit narrow compared to that side. When you look at centering, you try and look at the centering of the card in terms of how it fits in the background. So if it's all even on each side, that's a great sign. That's good. So on this one, you see how it's a little bit larger here and a little bit narrow here. That may give it like a PSA 8 or something, or PSA 9, but still really cool. Got the little GB there for the Game Boy. It's a very unusual card. Coming into a bit of Team Rocket now. Team Rocket these are all first editions. Dark Weezing. As I said before, this guy doesn't get a lot of love because he looks a bit grim, but cool card. I'm not going to go into that. Yeah, very nice card though. Antique. This Weezing's having a fun time laughing. This one's having a bit of a grim time. Looks like it's pretty good condition. Very nice. We have a Pokemon Tower here. This is one of the Black Star promos. I like this one. I just think it's a cool one to collect. Again, I only paid a few dollars, but I don't know, the Pokemon Tower reminds me of when I played the game as a kid, and yeah, it's in pretty good nick. I think, yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Coming into a bigger card here, we have the Blastoise, Dark Blastoise. Dark Blastoise is seriously going up in value, along with the Dark Charizard in particular. Those cards are really making a standing point. This one hopefully is the 10. Centering's good. The holo appears pretty good. It'll just come down to the back, and it's not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty good. There's maybe the tiniest nick here, but very minimal. It'll be close. It'll be very close, but such an awesome artwork. I love the way he's standing there, the cannon, the contrast. It's beautiful. So that is one of those cards I've got like my high. I've probably got about 6 cards. Like every card's obviously important in its own way. But there's about 6 cards where I'm just like super keen for the PSA 10 because it's actually quite valuable in terms of money, or you know what I've wanted for a long time. So that is one of them. Moving on to Dark Golbat. Dark Golbat is quite an interesting card. It doesn't actually do any damage, like I pointed out in my other videos. But yeah, it's cool. Don't have many of the cards in the green of that shade. It's very good condition actually, so I have very good hopes of that being a 10. and I think that'll be just awesome if it does get it. Moving on to another gold stamp, we have Kabuto. W gold stamp here. Compared to the War Turtle, it was up here. On Kabuto, it's down here. Very nice. In terms of condition, always a bit hard to pick up on camera compared to real life, but feels pretty good. You know, you look at that and without too much doubt, you say PSA 9. Does it get the PSA 10? I do not know. This is Erica's Dragonair. Awesome card. The only holo Dragonair. What's your opinion on the centering on this one? I'm not sure if there's a bit too much centering on this side, but yeah, hard to say. Really beautiful holo though. Like, honestly, up there with one of my favorite Gym Heroes holo. I mean, you've got this kind of like desert background here, and then it just goes into the night, almost like a dusk area, and you have all this interesting holo going on. It's just awesome, beautiful. So number 4 in the Gym Heroes, first edition. Lovely condition in terms of its back. It's really well looked after. So yeah, just the centering on that one, but hopefully this one, that's enough for it to be okay. Moving into some gold stamps. Now, I only have 2 doubles in this whole thing, and they are Brock's Vulpix. I don't normally submit doubles, guys, but I got 2 of these at really good condition, at a really good price, and I was like, well, you know, I mean, why would you buy them individually from people and like be not sure about the condition when you can just get 2 at once in good condition? Both really quite nice. Very happy with them. So awesome additions there. We'll chuck them in. And I'm sure one of them will get a 10. Very nice cards. Moving on to a slightly rarer Black Star Promo Arcanine. Not a holo, but, and I've always said it should have been a holo because that would have been epic. But yeah, it's really quite a lovely card, quite unusual. Not many, probably last time I checked in the PSA 10 population, we're talking like 10 or so. That may be outdated now, but yeah, very cool card. Almost finished with these before we get into the card savers. Giovanni's Nidorino. I needed a couple of cards, 2 more cards to get me over to the 50, and I have this in the Gym Challenge first edition, and it's really good condition and mint, and the artwork's really cool, so it kind of looks like it's in action. And I think, yeah, you know, why not? It's just such a nice card, along with this one. But this one's actually even more exceptional. This is Koga's Pidgey. So, you know, you're talking number 49. So not like some crazy number or some crazy rare Pokemon, just Pidgey. But the artwork is just phenomenal. Like, it looks like Pidgey. Like, Pidgey's obviously in mid-flight, but just the way they've done the artwork for a non-holo, it's just exceptional. And in the game, I always picked up Pidgey. And it was just one of those Pokemon I always kept, and I always kind of like trained up to Pidgeot. So, yeah, I mean, I'll be, you know, Pidgey to Pidgeotto to Pidgeot. And then I just always tended to keep it. So I was like, you know what? To pay my homage to that, I am going to get Koga's Pidgey graded. And yeah, why not? So now we're moving to a little bit of Fossil, which is a bit different. Raichu here. Very nice Pokemon. Fossil set is going to go, prices will go up. Watch this space for sure. I think this one's a PSA 9. I can't remember. There was something not quite right with it somewhere, but yeah, still awesome. Mouse Pokemon. It doesn't. Yeah, very cool. Lovely yellow colours. We have a Lieutenant Surge's Electabuzz. So yeah, this one Gym Heroes. Actually, that artwork's really phenomenal, isn't it? When you got those lightning strikes and then you got all those colours going on. Yeah, this one's absolutely gorgeous. PSA 10 for sure, in my opinion. Very happy with him. He's going straight through, I reckon. No problems. Moving to another fossil, we have Haunter. Now, Haunter's interesting. He's actually not the final evolution of the Pokemon, but he is actually a holo in the fossil series. So the final edition being the Gengar is another fossil, but he is the one below that. Yet he got a holo. So a little bit of interesting trivia there. I noticed a couple of people commented that, and I was like, oh, wow, that is actually kind of cool. But yeah, I have really high hopes for PSA 10, purely because the purple and this color and the artwork on this card is just phenomenal. Like, the purple looks good, the holo just has a nice level, and the Haunter kind of looks like he's got the right kind of, you know, haunting kind of look in his eyes. So yeah, high hopes for that. Hard to get, and this is a muck now. Just why I look at muck, you know, in general, the fossil cards are actually quite hard to get in PSA 10. Lots of printing issues, lots of, you know, silvering on the edges, and in general, yeah, fossil is kind of hard to get PSA 10s, but I have my hopes up I can get a few. Really cool there. This was the last card, number 50, and it is Dark Magneton. Now, those of you who know about grading Team Rocket will know that Dark Magneton is notoriously difficult to get in PSA 10 because of all the scratches on the holo. This one is actually pretty good. There's probably the tiniest scratch along here, but it's probably not going to come up on camera very well. But yeah, anyway, he is very cool, and his back is nice as well. So if we just got, like, in terms of value, this card in PSA 10 is like, I think last time I checked it was $500 USD. So that is absolutely insane. So obviously I'm just doing it for fun, but if he got a 10, I'd be stoked because he'd be a real nice collection edition. So there's my first card saver. Moving on to a Gym Heroes. Now this one is mint. This is a Sabrina's Gengar. I got near the start of when I was collecting all these cards. It's crazy how long it's taken to get all them all. You can see in the background there's kind of like a graveyard there, which is kind of cool. There's actually a censored artwork card in the Japanese edition. There was actually a cross that got censored out for the US market. Bit of a political thing. But yeah, very interesting card, very nice. I won't take him out just because I'm mindful of the time of the video, but he is absolutely gorgeous and quite hard to get, so very happy with him. Rocket Moltres, very nice in the Gym Heroes. Again, beautiful artwork, really nice condition. This is the one where I got a whole bunch of cards from the same guy, and he just, I don't know whether he bought them and sold them, but the condition was so good. I was so happy about that. Koga from Gym Challenge, of course. Don't have many of the trainers apart at the moment, so yeah, hopefully he gets a 10. Very cool artwork. Very unusual colours, actually. He's got, you know, definitely a different set compared to the others. Kabutops. Now, I already have this guy in the PSA 9, I believe, and I've been desperately trying to get the 10, but it has been quite hard. He has quite, if you look at his PSA population report, he doesn't, the 9s are quite strong on him compared to the 10s, which makes me think that he's quite a hard grade in the 10. We'll have to see how he goes. Centering's good though, which is nice. So hopefully he goes well. We're up to some more Team Rocket now. So we have Dark Vileplume. I've always liked the little artwork there. He kind of looks like he's like shielding himself from a storm or something. Just kind of, you know, looking at life. Yeah, cool little card here. Nice green colours. Very nice conditions. So happy with that. Hopefully they do well so I can build that towards my Team Rocket series. Rainbow Energy for Team Rocket. Now this card is actually quite hard to grade in the 10 because I think it's just because of the amount of holo on here. Just there's a lot going on. So when there's a lot going on with the holo, I guess the thing to note is that a lot can go wrong. So the cards with minimum holo have less chance of having scratches. So yeah, that's just something to note that, you know, those cards will have big issues. Interestingly enough, because of so much going on in the card, they've actually moved the first edition stamp up, and this part of the card actually takes up a huge amount of the card. But yeah, it's really quite a interesting card to look at, so hopefully that does well. We have Dark Machamp. Now I have this guy in a PSA 8, and I need to move up to a 9 or a 10, so just to clarify, this is the first time I'm grading it. I'm not regrading it, but I'm hoping for a 10 or a 9 on him. Very cool card. Not super rare, crazy valuable, but I do need them. Sabrina's Alakazam. Now this one was kind of hard to get. These, I don't know, the Gym Challenge and some of the Alakazam cards in general are quite, there's not many of them for sale, so I don't know, they're kind of hard to come across. But yeah, this one's gorgeous. I'm very happy with this being a 10 after going over it in real close detail. Really nice artwork and yeah, being looked after well, which makes me happy. Another Vileplume, but this time it's Erica's Vileplume. Similar, it's funny that similar artwork to the Dark Vileplume, but this one actually, funnily enough, not being the dark one, looks quite happy. So that's a fun contrast you can look at. Very beautiful card. Again, and I'm happy that it's been looked after, so what more can you ask? Very nice. Now Rocket's Hitmonchan is next. Now I bought this from a guy in person, and I've kind of just accepted that these are 9s or 8s. Look at that little scratch there, you know, I mean, we're talking, there is unfortunately some damage, but still regardless, really cool cards. You know, antiques. Missy's Tentacruel, this is a little bonus. My fiance loves this card actually, just from the really cool like blue, the stare of the Tentacruel in the blue. Yeah, really beautiful. Pretty good condition too. So not a first edition, but still really awesome. So high hopes of this one. Moving on to two of the biggest heavy hitters. These are the biggest heavy hitters of the grade where I'm really putting my hopes on. if there was one card I'd hope for PSA 10, it would be one of these two. More expensive to get these, of it being the Charizard. Absolutely fantastic holos. And yeah, that they are quite valuable. And last time I checked, they were $650 USD, which is obviously quite up there now. So the price is going up. Great chance for me to get a 10 if one of them comes through. Super keen for one of them to do it. That one's pretty conditioned. Maybe the tiniest bit of whitening on the edge. This is the other one. There's a little bit of cat hair there. That's holo, looks fine, and back looks pretty good too. So yeah, fingers crossed. If one of them got it, I'd be stoked. That'd be awesome. But moving on to we've got about 10 left. Brock's right on. Quite a nice card here. He's I've already got the 9, but I'm after the 10, and I'm pretty happy. That's probably just a 9 again, maybe just with the whitening up there. So still really nice to collect up. Rocket Sneak Attack. Now this card is pretty good condition. I bought it, I think it was only like $5. Like, it was one of those weird auctions where someone listed it as buy it now, and when I saw it I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that's so cheap. So I just bought it, and I could not believe it when it was actually in good condition. So absolute steal. Another card that I have high hopes on is the Dragonite. Now this card, if I got a 10, would make me go crazy, because I've always loved Dragonite. I came across this in a real interesting auction, like I shared in one of my other videos, where the guy said he just opened it from his son's drawer, and voila, or something was his words. There's a Dragonite. So here is the Dragonite. He looks awesome. Now I think there's just a tiny bit of silvering. No, I can't even see it where it is now. Maybe it's on one of these sides, but yeah, I'm not sure. It's still really nice. Unfortunately, it is a bit notorious for getting a tough grade in a 10, as in being hard to get the 10, but yeah, hopefully, I mean, pretty damn nice. Just a few more cards to go. We have Giovanni's Gyarados, Gym Challenge, absolutely awesome. Had a really good look at this, and I'm happy this is a 10. So you're just going to have to trust me on that one. But yeah, just going over it in a lot of detail. Very happy with the condition of this card. Very beautiful. The blue is just absolutely outstanding. It's just so strong, and it's just such an awesome card. Very interesting card being the Dark Raichu. This is the secret rare from Team Rocket, and it is actually fairly valuable, but also, yeah, it's hard to come across. So hopefully it goes well. It's condition's pretty nice. Nothing crazy on the card. And in terms of the holo, it's nothing obvious. I can see myself without taking it out. Gee, that would be pretty crazy to get to 10 in that. The Brock here, very nice. Gym Heroes Trainer. I think there's a little nick there, so maybe just a 9, but still really cool. Awesome card. Magmar. Last time when I checked, this guy had a PSA 10 population 2. And by the time I've collected these cards over 6 months, and you can see just by going through them how long it takes, I think the population's like 3 or 4 now, so people are already starting to grade them when I thought this was a bit of a rare find. So still pretty rare, but yeah, not quite as rare when I first started. And lucky number last is number 50. Here comes Team Rocket. Really good condition card. Oh, maybe just a tiny nick there. That's okay. Really cool. Team Rocket. We'll see how we go. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Big video because there's a lot of cards, and I wanted to show them in all in some level of detail. Yeah, 50 cards to submit to PSA is a big submission for me. To put in perspective, I currently own about 27 PSA cards, so when I get this back, I'll basically triple my collection in total in one submission. So I'm going to send this off on Monday morning, and everyone have your fingers crossed, because I will be showing the video and unboxing very shortly, hopefully in about a week or 2, and let's see how we go. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you checking out my channel also. Have a great day. Thank you.